You had it on PAT instead of song.
3, 2, 1. That was bad. 3, 2, 1.
That was good. That was really good.
What's up? We are 2 gremlins on a Zeppelin.
Ooh. Is that...
Well, we know how this one's gonna go.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep the middle alive. Keep the.
We are 2 dope boys on a porch on a podcast, and we are podcasting. We are talking about 2 albums, in fact, 2 albums that we like. What we do here at 2 Dope Boys Incorporated is we take a randomly selected album from the genres given to us on Rate Your Music, and we talk about it. We mull it over in our minds and our bodies, and we let it kind of sift through our entire systems, and then we give it back to you like that. That's science. And then we take a newly released album, and then we also let that one sift through our entire bodies from our head to our toe, and then our singular toe, and then we tell you our thoughts on it, mostly positive, because we're very positive fellas.
Boo!
I mean, we're really hateful fellas with hate in our hearts and hate in our loins. And Aiden, are you feeling hateful? Shit in our loins. Loin shit, as they say.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Can't avoid it.
Hateful Aiden, how are you feeling today?
Booyah.
Brother, I've been there. You're telling me. You got anything you want the people to know before we launch on into it?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want them to know shit either. So.
Yeah, we're keeping you in the dark.
Yeah. Ooh. You wish we would tell you things, but we're not gonna. We're so mysterious. Ooh.
All right. What's the first album?
Oh, the first album. Okay. The first album was our randomly selected genre, which I believe was Chinese folk music, or it might have just been East Asian folk music in general. I can't remember exactly. Was it East Asian? Okay. Yeah. And the album I selected was The Night March of the Chrysanthemums by the Labor Exchange Band, which I stupidly did not write down the release date for, but I believe it was in the early 2000s.
Actually, sure.
What's it? Wait, you can figure it out? No way. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
2013.
2013. I think that was incorrect, honestly. I think it's because this album does not have a lot of information out about it, and I think the release dates are technically incorrect on streaming services. I believe it was 2002, but I might be wrong about that. But
okay.
The Labor Exchange Band was a project started in the late 90s, I believe, in Taiwan by a couple of buds from the, founded amidst an anti-dam movement, started in Mainung, a village in the Kaohsiung County. I'm going to butcher these names and pronunciations, so sorry about that. But yeah, this is a Taiwanese band that was founded in their village, and they have a very interesting origin story that you can read up a lot more fully on. I'm going to put an article down in the description if I remember to. But if not, just look up the Labor Exchange Band and read some articles on them because they have a fascinating origin story. But their village was protesting a dam that was being built by their government. And on a march up to Taipei, the capital of Taiwan, the members of the band were amidst the 200 or so farmers who were marching up there. And they started singing some protest songs that are classics of the hill songs of the Hakka people, which they are members of the Hakka culture. And that kind of inspired our beautiful Labor Exchange Band to form its foundation. And they took that inspiration back to their hometown, and they started recording some music and writing some songs that are very much heavily inspired by the classic hill songs of the Hakka people, and are also inspired by their love of Western rock and roll and folk music. So you get a very interesting blend of the sound. The record has a very unique sound. Part of that is because it was recorded in a studio that was made out of a makeshift tobacco smoking house. It's a very cool record, and it's got a very cool origin story. But yeah, Aiden, what did you think of the Labor Exchange Bands?
That was a very cool record with a very cool origin story.
Yeah, cool origin story and a cool record.
Cool
And
record.
Cool cats.
You can definitely hear like some of their influences, which I didn't know about until now. But like, it makes sense. Like they do like They do some riffs, which I wouldn't expect to hear in like this kind of.
Yeah.
Not like in your traditional sense of like.
Yeah, it's not that you're not gonna be listening to this record and just hear some like AC/DC riffs in there.
But like.
There's some catchy hooks.
There's these little folksy riffs.
Yeah.
That they do. And some really like catchy songs.
Yeah.
Especially for this like we talked about this and there was a lot of we've done a bit of folk music from different regions.
Yeah.
Some of it is like just like we don't speak the language, so it's completely unlistenable.
Right.
Like whatever it was, like the Slovenian bagpipe music.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say unlistenable, but like hard to like
enjoy.
Yeah. As a like, oh, this is grooving.
Yeah.
But most of the folk music, we listened to one in particular called Trips and Traum. That was a German one from the 70s.
Yeah.
And it was fine, but it was impossible to kind of just enjoy.
Yeah.
Other than thinking like, oh, this is cool, I guess, because this is a insight into somewhere else. But it was not grooving.
Yeah, this one was not only cool because it was an insight, but also it was grooving.
It was very grooving.
And it had like a loud ass tractor that would come in every once in a while.
Oh my god, I forget which track it's on. But then, yeah, it's awesome. It sounds great.
There's multiple times where it's just like people yelling in the back and then just a loud tractor.
Yeah. This album is a classic in the genre we've tried to cultivate on this podcast, which is it sounds like there's dudes in the back of the studio just screaming or cheering. Which it's really cool to hear that in this style. I think it like really creates, even not being able to understand language, it really creates this like communal sense that I think they're going for on this record. There's a lot of the production sounds very roomy and it feels very embodied. You feel like you're in this space with these people.
Yeah.
And it captures that very well with like lots of gang vocals in the back, the tractor noises. And I was reading a little bit about the Haka and like hill songs and their traditional folk music because they're raised in this very hilly region with farming. A lot of their stuff is meant to reverberate off the hills and kind of be heard for miles as you're working. And you kind of get the sense of that in this record, that there's this sense of like voices bouncing off things.
It sounds like you're working like a field and you hear this.
Yeah, it's great. It sounds awesome. And there's a lot of different vocalists on these tracks that are really beautiful. And they're fun to listen to. They've got very unique, interesting voices that are not very like classically like good, which I love. It sounds very human and real. And there's some bangers in this one.
Yeah, what was your favorite?
Yeah, the second track, my old 125cc motorcycle. Awesome.
See, you get all the names. I had no idea what the names were, so I'm just gonna go off of like what it sounded like.
So Aiden uses Spotify, and it's not translated on Spotify, so he couldn't understand it. It's translated on Apple Music, so I'm just kind of trusting the veracity of these translations. We'll see. They could be completely wrong, but the second track on the album, it's about 9 minutes long, and it's just great. It's banging. It's got a great. I don't know what instrument it is. Did you ever find out? Like the horn instrument in the middle that does the solos. It's not quite a horn. It's more. It sounds like a mix between like a flute and a horn.
Oh yeah, it almost sounds like a.
Sound like an oboe almost.
An oboe.
Yeah,
but it's not as shrill as an oboe.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Whatever it was, and they were going crazy on that. It was a very great track. What was your favorite track?
The one with the loud ass tractor in it.
It
was toward the end.
Yeah.
It was. I want to say it's this one.
Yeah, you'll just have to listen to the whole record if you want to find out which one it is, because it's definitely one of them.
Wait.
Oh, we can do some mental maths here. This is how it should be experienced. Yes.
All right, it's track 6.
Yeah, it's track. Okay,
it's like 8 minutes long.
We've done some mental maths. It's called "The Night March of the Chrysanthemums." It's the 6th track on the album, and yeah, it's got a loud ass tractor that comes in the middle of it, and it's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this one is one of those that's like hard to talk about because
we have nothing to say about the lyrics because
it's just really nice. It's not too long either. Like
it's only about 52 minutes.
So I'm gonna preemptively recommend it.
Yeah.
Because like it's such a accessible very like regional folk album, and it's not too long. You get like like it's just perfect.
It's really, and it's very charming too, I'd say. Mm-hmm. It's one that kind of like, regardless of the language barrier, will kind of worm its way into your ear pretty quickly. It's a really fun one. I think that's about all we have to say about it. Yeah. What'd you rate it?
I'm going to give it a 4. 4? 4.5.
Yeah.
Why not? It was great. I had a great time listening to it. Totally would go back to it. Absolutely.
I'm going to give this one a hearty thumbs up. This is a very, very fun listen and is absolutely worth your time. If you, I don't know, just want to spend a little bit of time with this record, it's a great time and is gonna be worth your while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Labor Exchange Band. We love to see it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on into our next one here.
All right, this was our new release. I believe this was your pick.
Yeah, it was my pick. It was a French producer, songwriter, pop artist, occupies the internet pop space, Oklou.
Oklou.
Yeah. Which I learned how to pronounce because she said it in an interview, and I was saying Oklou the whole time.
Yeah, it is not Oklou, it is Oklou, apparently. And you now know that as an audience member.
Yeah.
This is her 2025 release, Choke Enough, which
was her debut album.
Yeah, it was her debut. Yeah. She had an EP and a mixtape out before this.
Yeah, both very good.
She's been around for a while, and since like 2014. I haven't checked out her early stuff, but this is her first proper debut album. Yeah. And she's been in the A.G. Cook PC music sphere for a little bit now. Didn't she do some features with Underscores or something like that?
Well, that's how I got introduced to this album. Is there was the single that came out with Blade. Take Me by the Hand. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I wonder what else what else she's rocking with. And she had dropped a couple singles, and one of them was the song with Underscores, who I'm also a big fan of. So naturally, I was like, okay, I got to check this out.
Right. And what were your thoughts on this one?
I thought it was really good. I thought it was a very inventive pop album. I thought it did what pop music should be doing and pushed it in a interesting direction.
Yeah.
I think like for a debut album, it's really good, and I want to look at it in that lens. I think like going back to it, I personally like the I personally gravitate to this style and this sonic palette. But I don't like as a project. I don't think it's quite as well put together as something like Eusexual maybe.
Yeah.
But I think it's, I don't know. There's been a lot of journals and articles talking about this album.
Have there?
Yeah.
Is this one okay? I didn't know
it's been getting a little buzz.
That's good. That's good.
It's I think it's definitely worth talking about because it's cool. It's doing its own thing. She's definitely got something there.
Yeah.
And I really like the people she works with, and just like the I don't know. She's kind of just got like the catered sound for me, at least.
Yeah. I think kind of the most defining part of it. Ooh, that could have been bad. Sorry. But I think the most defining part of this album that sets it apart from some other stuff in this PC music type sphere is she is a very, very talented vocalist with a very unique voice.
Yeah.
And it's got some beautiful synth work, obviously. You're going to get that with just about any PC music adjacent thing.
I want to add, too, that this album is a bit more personal.
Really? Okay.
I think. And, personal in, like, it sounds more like, it leans into, like, some bedroom pop elements.
It does, yeah.
A little bit more than a lot of other PC music stuff does.
Right. It's not a very dancey record. It's a lot closer to the ambient side.
It's not, like, not dancey. It's, like, we actually talked about this. It's dance in your room dancey.
Yeah. It's
like, you're just, like, having a little dance party in your room, but, like, it's not something you're going to hear at the club, like like something like Brat or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the couple of criticisms I have about this album are very similar to what you've said. It can kind of fade to background music a little bit of the time, which is not a bad thing, but there's I don't think this album has like a standout banger, or it has like that absolutely like hit you in the guts stuff. But I think it's very pleasant all the way throughout, and is a good, fun listen.
Yeah.
And especially if you're into this style of music, it's very, very good, I'd say.
I'm very happy it's getting the praise that it deserves, honestly. Like, I I mean, I don't have a ton of thoughts on the album.
Yeah.
It's just it's a really nice listen.
Yeah, and like I think it's cool that Oklou is getting all this attention.
Mm-hmm.
I think the horn work in this album's cool. She likes her horn work.
Yeah, she talked about on a interview, just like
I think it was a Pitchfork interview.
Yeah. Is it the trombone or French horn?
I think it was just a trumpet.
Trumpet.
It? Yeah.
Yes, she hired a trumpet player to do all the trumpets on this album, and she's just like very obsessed with brass.
Yeah.
And like trumpets especially, which is fun.
Yeah.
And it's a cool texture along with like the very like plucky, high-endy, like atmospheric synth sounds that are going on.
Yeah. I think your observation about it being more bedroom poppy is very astute. That gives this album a very definite niche in comparison to some other electronic releases.
Yeah.
That it kind of gives its own defining sphere that aligns it a little bit closer to the bedroom pop of the past.
Yeah.
Like
sounds like if Claro put down the guitar and picked up the synth.
Yeah. Yeah, Claro.
Picked up FL Studio.
Yeah. Get ready to learn FL Studio, Claro. Your time is up. No more dancing around on stage with Freddie Gibbs. It's time to study the blade.
Yeah.
And
FL Studio.
Learned the excellent compressed high-endy sound of FL Studio. Yes. Claro's gonna start making like crazy hyperpop.
That would be so cool.
That would be cool. What would Claro hyperpop sound like?
Cool. Probably like Oklou.
yeah. But like even more. I'm trying to imagine.
I think she should try it.
I think she should try it. Try your hand.
She's got a niche there.
Yeah, what's the
Claro?
worst
If you're listening,
Claro, I know you're listening, Claro.
Yeah, make a hyperpop album. Same as you, Biba Doobie.
Yeah, Biba Doobie. All the bedroom pop girlies need to start getting into hyperpop.
Yeah.
Biba Doobie, Phoebe Bridgers, Lucy Dacus.
Yeah.
Who are the other ones?
Eddie Vedder.
Faye Webster. Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Munster. Eddie Murray. He's a Baltimore Orioles player in the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
But y'all all need to collaborate.
You heard me.
We need the Eddie hyperpop album right now.
Yeah.
But I think that does actually get us into something kind of interesting, that like this does do something interesting in the bedroom pop genre.
It does.
Even though it's not, because the bedroom pop genre is so goddamn stale.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. And like I think the Claro release from last year, Charm, was good. It was good. And I think the Faye Webster one was all right. But there's this like it was more niche in like 2018, 2019 for these like very like soft spoken women to kind of play with like acoustic that kind of takes a lot of stuff from soul music or like Joni Mitchell music from the 70s and kind of make this kind of groovy bedroom poppy stuff. And it's just gotten very, very old because there have been way too many releases in that genre that have not, there's not a lot to build on sonically unless if you just kind of stick in that groovy.
They're pretty simple songs.
It's pretty simple songs, and it can get, like I don't think we did Faye Webster on the podcast last year, but we did listen to that for this project. And I think we both kind of came away just kind of bored by that release.
Except for the Lil Yachty song.
Except for Lil Yachty.
Cool.
That one was
It had
cool,
like time changes, and I was like, whoa, what the heck?
But I think this genre could definitely use a catalyst. I don't know if this album is going to be that catalyst to do something more interesting with that genre.
I don't see this album having like a ton of influence, but I see it having kind of it's already kind of doing this, like getting like there's a fan base that's kind of like cultivating toward that.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more mainstream, like than your like average hyper pop folks.
Yeah, I think it shows that people want a little bit more something out of this like really, really pleasant genre that has a really cool niche of like just making cool music, but I think it shows that people want something a little bit more out of it.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen some really good releases, and I don't want to downplay like I really loved the Mitski record last year. And there's some other decent ones that are escaping me right now. But I think this album offers like a cool path forward, and I don't know if it'll be the forerunner or just kind of an interesting thought to look back on. Yeah. But I think it is interesting to think about where bedroom pop goes.
I think it's a very like you should, if it's not on your radar yet this year, because there haven't been a ton of stuff that's been released yet. Like definitely get it on your radar. I'm gonna preemptively recommend this one too. Yeah, because I think it's like. I think you might hear some some offshoots of this kind of thing, and I think it's a sound that hopefully gets explored more.
Yeah, I hope so too. What'd you give this record?
I gave this one a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Nice. This one's a pretty hearty thumbs up for me. I don't think it's a perfect record. I think it's a, we say this a lot on the podcast, but I think this is a nice foundation to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this could be a very good stepping stone record in her catalog. Yeah. But it's a good record. It's worth checking out.
I think we had similar, or the same favorite track.
Did we? I said the Blade one.
The Blade one?
Again, a lot of this album kind of washed over me, and I had a good time with it, but I did not remember distinct tracks.
Okay, my favorite was Harvest Sky, which is the Underscores one.
The Underscores one? Okay.
It was like kind of like a rave-ish song.
Okay. I kind of forgot about that one.
But it was like very toned down. It had like the dancing in your room thing. Mm-hmm. Like if you're at like a festival, but like it was just you in your room with your headphones on.
Right.
I don't know. And the lyricism was very vivid in that one, which was cool.
Yeah. All right. I guess if we're talking, just since it's one of my favorite songs, and we're talking about dancing in my room, everyone should be listening to "Good Girl" by Jockstrap all the time, because that's the best dancing in my room song ever. It's so good.
It is very good.
I love that. I just love that song. But yeah, you wanna jack track it up?
Yeah. Jack it up.
You wanna jack it up, big dog? You feeling like jacking it?
Yeah.
Not in this. I don't mean about masturbation. That's
Ew.
That's wrong.
Were you thinking about that?
Ew. You are disgusting.
Go baptize yourself.
How dare you even think about spilling your seed, not for pregnancy? You disgust me.
Baptize.
Think about how many millions of babies you would have killed if you had jacked your penis to completion and your semen had gone out on the ground. You fucking cretin. How dare you? How dare you disturb God's creation like that?
Ew!
Yeah. You tell him. Fuck him up. How dare you?
Yeah.
Pusha T hates masturbation.
Yeah. Pusha T, what do you think about masturbation? Yeah.
Pusha T, what are your thoughts on masturbation? Is it biblical or is it allowed by the Bible? Does God like masturbate? Are you allowed to masturbate? Pusha T, what's your answer?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you want to start with my track or your track? We usually start with yours, so I'm switching it up today.
Okay, you hit it, brother. What do you got?
This is I Don't Want to Hurt Him, period. I Like Him, period.
Great title.
By Gore Girl and 8485. I know 8485. Don't know Gore Girl. But
you're hitting.
8485 was a cool little figure in the like 2020 COVID hyperpop scene. And she's been making some pretty solid music ever since.
Heck yeah.
And has teamed up with, I guess, super producer Gore Girl.
Ooh.
Who I didn't know before this, but they made a really cool track. It got recommended to me the other day on Spotify, and I've been listening to it a lot, so yeah.
Let's hit it.
Perfect.
They're back. Oh no. That was I already fit.
I Don't Want to Hurt Him, I Like Him.
I Don't Want to Hurt Him, I Like Him by 8485 and Gore Girl.
Gore
by Glurgle.
This is making me think of those tweets where it's like, have you seen the alien Twitter that's been popping up?
No.
It's like wait. My phone's over there.
Shit, they're in the phone.
Where it's like, I'll find it later. I'll send it to you and you can put the tweet up on the thing. It's like something where it's just like your alien friend says something.
Oh, I have seen
he's
that.
Like,
you're embarrassing me, Glorgle.
Yeah. Shut up, Glorgle. You're embarrassing me.
But yeah, that was Glurgle and 8485. Gore Girl, her better known as, actually I don't know their pronouns, so I shouldn't just say her, but good track, very cool track. I really like how distorted the kick was.
It's very noisy.
It's so noisy. It's like, it's all of it is like on the upper half of your ears because of how like loud it is.
It kind of just doesn't stop.
Yeah, it's really
just get blasted for 3 minutes.
It's awesome. It's really cool. It's groovy. It's got a really nice rolling 808 that kind of just in the back, and very pretty vocals underneath it too, which is very funny over a track that's kind of noisy. Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot. I thought this is cool.
I want to add real quick that on my Spotify right now, it's giving me Daily Mix number 2 says Lip Critic, Ice Spice, and 3-6 Mafia.
The big three, as they call them.
The big three.
I'm just enjoying seeing Jane Remover and Lip Critic next to each other.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Just wanted to point that out there.
Yeah. They should make a song together. Just for me.
Hey, look, Phil.
Hey, it's our friend Phil. It's our other friend of the friends of the podcast.
Show,
yeah.
Phil Alverum.
Our best friends, Jane Remover and Phil Alverum. Yeah. Good track. We love Glurgle.
Yeah. Shout out Glurgle.
Shout out Glurgle. All right.
Glurgle, if you're watching this, don't ever embarrass me like that again.
Glurgle, you fucking idiot.
All right.
Everybody knows you don't double dip into the salsa, Glurgle.
Yeah.
Fucking dipshit.
You've been here on Earth for like how long now?
Yeah.
God,
fucking Glurgle. Glurgle will never understand human customs. Oh yeah, it's my track, right? What?
I'm sorry. I just thought of a funny bit.
Do it.
You said Glurgle would never. No, Glurgle. Wait. Restart.
I'll play the really compressed technical difficulties thing again.
Yeah. Glurgle shot dead crossing the border to Canada.
No, Glurgle. The Canadian nationalists got him. No.
All right.
Who would get him? Would it be like the weird ass Republicans on the other side? The Mounties got him. Yeah. God, getting shot.
Got run over by a horse.
Dude, getting shot by a Mountie would be so fucking embarrassing. Like, like can you like dying to a cop would suck in general because they suck. But dying to a fucking Mountie, that's embarrassing, dude. If you get shot by a guy wearing that dipshit uniform and they go, "Oh, sorry," as you're like bleeding out in the snow, that's
they
so
run
rough.
over you with their horse.
Yeah, that's so rough, dude. You can't be doing that. That's embarrassing. You got to take out at least like 6 Mounties before you go. Like you can't be dying to a fucking Mountie.
Well, they're just like glorified park rangers.
Yeah, do they even have guns?
Probably not. I don't think anyone has guns in Canada.
They surely have guns. There's got to be some weird freaks.
I think they like drown you in syrup.
It's like Han Solo, but like getting like frozen in syrup.
Yeah, they put you in the vat, as they call it.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau just in like this massive like chamber with a big vat of boiling maple syrup. He's in blackface too for some reason. The only thing worth bringing up about Justin Trudeau, the extent of my knowledge of Canadian politics is, hey, that guy did blackface one time. He seems like a loser.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, free healthcare.
Free healthcare. Yeah. Hey.
All right.
Hey, it'll be America soon, anyways.
We're listening to "Family Matters" by Drake.
Good.
What's your
good?
Jack
Oh, it was Yukikosan by Midori is my track. You got that. That's all you, big dog. No. That might get you there. It's a Y in the beginning. You almost nailed it, honestly. No. So Y for Yukiko-san.
It looks like something Wyatt would listen to.
It's gonna look more like something Wyatt would listen to. Oh no, you had the whole thing. No, it's a Y in the beginning. Yeah, and then you had it right. Nope. Yokako-san.
Ew.
Bro. Yeah, that song.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one.
All right.
So this is by a Japanese noise rock band called Midori, and Midori has the famous, wonderful, and fantastic lead singer Mariko Goto, who is just the coolest. Like they're live. I found out about them through one of those Instagram accounts that does like all the like Noise Not Forgotten. This is like a noise rock band, like a live video from like the 90s or whatever. And she would just like perform in like a schoolgirl outfit and just like scream her lungs out and just like hurl herself at the speakers and into the crowd and shit the whole time.
Cool.
Yeah. And they're so cool.
Sick.
They founded a band and like were gonna play like J-pop, but they weren't talented enough to do that. And so they're like, fuck it, we're making noise rock now. Which when you listen to the track, you're gonna be like, how the fuck weren't they talented enough to play that? Because this song's insane. But no, Midori's so cool. This track is insane. I love it. And yeah.
Cool.
That was Yukikosan by Midori.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's so
that's
cool.
really good.
It's so cool.
I wasn't expecting the carnival piano.
Yeah, the carnival piano 2-minute market. It's so good. I think it's like its spiritual successor, Shiba Sashirazu Orchestra.
Yeah.
And like
if they made noise rock.
Yeah. And in the same vein of like bands that very clearly inspired Black Midi. Also just it's such a like their feel for like space in this song is so good. Like they know exactly when to cut out certain instruments. And also like, oh my god, Mariko Goto is such a force.
Yeah.
She's so loud.
That's how you do yelling.
Yeah.
I like that.
Weird. Interesting hypocrisy from you on your yelling standards.
No, it's all about the vocal tone.
I mean, this is like maybe my favorite yelling.
It's like a Weasley little boy versus like a monster truck.
Is she the monster truck?
Yeah.
Or is she yeah. I think monster truck's a good comparison. Yeah. I've been thinking about this a lot recently about my favorite yells in songs because as you know, I love yelling in songs more than you. I think.
Yeah.
I think we've established.
I think Jane Remover is my favorite.
Jane Remover's a good yeller. I'm a big Ray Gun Bush Chat Pile fan of yelling. Also, I forget the guy's name from Home Is Where because I think it's I can't remember their name, but they're yelling fantastic.
Fugazi.
My favorite Fugazi, fantastic yelling. But Agriculture, the yelling they're doing now, and it's kind of weird to compare like ecstatic black metal yelling to normal song yelling. Because there's a very big difference between that type of yelling and like yell singing.
Same as like Screamo, I guess.
Yeah, Screamo.
It's like a stylistic thing.
Right. This one is very different from like In Love with an Apparition.
It's more of like Cro-Mag style.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. It's more. Yeah, it's a lot more influence from that '80s punk scene than from just like straight up screaming the whole time. Which
I love the Cro-Mags.
Cro-Mags.
He just goes in the mic.
Oh my god, is it the Cro-Mags? That's crazy.
And he looks like he could eat you at any moment.
And that he will eat you.
He might eat
Not
you.
that he can eat you, he will eat you, and he also wants to eat you.
He looks kind of normal now.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
No, but like, it's a cool look.
Man, you're 6 days late on your basic budget assignment? That's fucked up, dude.
Sure, dude.
Whatever.
That one, he pushed that one back 2 weeks. Lead singer. John Joseph.
John Joseph McGovern.
Never mind, he still looks cool.
Yeah, he still looks fucking insane. He still looks like he would absolutely eat you. He has eaten.
You've eaten before.
Yeah, that guy's eaten flesh.
Well, this one he's about to eat the guitar.
Ooh. Oh, he could eat that whole guitar.
Oh, so, yeah.
Oh, he's also a bassist singer, too, so that's gonna be... Jesus.
Oh, here you go. Yep, never mind.
just again, he's just... Cool. Cool, dude. But no, I think...
He looks like if I didn't know his politics, I would think he's gonna sell me like supplements.
Oh, absolutely. He definitely has like
the alpha, the alpha male look.
Yeah. But yeah, screaming in songs good? Question mark. Jesus Christ. That's just his Wikipedia page too. Man.
There you go.
I just love a good scream. There's something very universalizing about it, as opposed to singing. Like there's something very like it's an everybody can do it thing, which I think is what's so fun about screamo. Also about this song. This song is different from that because it's such a talented level of screaming. Nice. That's 3. You're on a heater today. But there's like because nobody could sound like that because she's just one of a kind. Jesus.
That was bad.
That almost got ugly quick. Yeah, we almost had to cut the recording in the podcast forever. Podcaster does what?
We almost got canceled.
Yeah, vomits stomach acid up onto microphone.
Laps it up like a little dog.
Podcaster laps up own stomach acid like a good little boy. What?
That's literally the Eric Andre bit.
Is it? Oh yeah. Wait, who does he do that to?
Lauren Conrad.
Yeah. But screaming. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think there's something incredibly universal about it and cathartic, but also beautiful because it just completely transcends the traditions of singing and invites everyone in. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Big fan. I thought I had more to say about that, but just cool.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got going on? What else you feeling? What you doing? Oh, Zoe mama. I don't think I've ever touched your thigh before.
Ew.
Yuck. Yuck.
I
I've ever touched your thigh before. Your thigh.
Oh, I'm doing a choir concert. It might be on TV, so you should watch it.
You should watch his choir concert on TV. That's gonna be very cool.
It's called Requiem for Color.
Ooh.
Written and directed by Dr. Jeffrey Ames, who is a wonderful choral director.
I can't believe I just realized we just plugged that in the middle of like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
so check it out.
20 minutes ago we were talking about how like masturbating is evil.
Yeah, there's Christian themes in this.
There's Christian, yeah. Yeah, this is a Christian podcast actually. Mm-hmm. We're both Christians. You love Jesus.
I love, what's their, Skillet? I love
Skillet. You love Skillet. Was that the first time? Okay, so we were in the car the other day.
No, I've heard Skillet.
You've heard Skillet before? Okay. We listened to Monster by Skillet the other day.
I love Judah and the Lion.
Yeah.
That's the band name, right?
That's one of them, yep. Yeah, that's one of them.
I love, wait.
You got this.
I love Imagine Dragons.
Yeah. My favorite Christian
Pretty
band.
much a Christian man. Who's the other one?
There's a couple. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah, the Dead Kennedys.
The Dead Kennedys, my favorite Christian
band. Yep.
My favorite Christian music worship song, Let's Lynch the Landlord.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn, I would love to hear you try and name some like Christian music song. I want to hear what your Lutheran ass can come up with.
Check this shit out.
Okay.
Kyrie. That's a classic.
Dies
Irae. Another classic. Agnus Dei.
No, that's some goddamn Catholic shit. They're all going to hell.
No, they're all in the show.
No,
it's definitely Baptist too.
Fuck shit. Well, a key
Sanctus.
A key tenet of being a Baptist is not knowing anything about Christianity.
Sanctus.
So.
Benedictus. In Paradisum. And I know at least one more band. Come on.
You're missing some big boys.
Oh, I bet.
Some big punchers.
Oh, who is that? Who's that Christian punk band?
There's been a lot. I don't even know the Christian punk bands like that. But like Christian punk in like the 90s and 2000s was so huge. What you got? I know you got a third day in you.
Benson Boone, does he count?
What is Benson? What's a Benson Boone?
He played at the Grammys. I don't know. I don't know. He gave.
Oh, is it that white boy?
One of them.
One of them.
He's the
like dipshit looking one. The like TikTok motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's Christian.
He probably is. No, he was Mormon, wasn't
he? Even better.
I'm pretty sure he was Mormon. But no, you don't. Do you have a third day? Do you have third day in your repertoire?
Nope.
Oh, Stephen Curtis Chapman. Yeah, he is a Mormon. R/X Mormon is Benson Boone, one of us. Hell yeah.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't go to. He went to Idaho. Yeah, he fell off.
Yeah.
You got to go to Utah.
No, you got to go to BYU. That's where all the real Mormons are at.
That too.
Yeah. Going to Idaho is like a pagan sin.
Yeah.
What do you want to eat potatoes or something? You're gonna go play for the Vandals?
Yeah, you're probably drinking coffee.
What kind of disgusting acts are you doing in the Kibbe Dome?
Yeah.
You know about the Kibbe Dome? The University of Idaho plays in like, it looks like an aircraft hangar.
Cool.
They just have like a dome in there. It's called the Kibbe Dome, and it just looks like a big ass aircraft like hangar. It's awesome.
We're gonna leave you with that.
No, we're not. Because we haven't talked about Rich Mullins yet.
This is Two Dope Boys.
No, but there's
on a porch.
You haven't even talked about what movies are you watching. You've watched some cool movies, haven't you? Wait, have you watched anything since Face Off?
Signing off.
Damn. No.